Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia came out not so long ago on 3DS. All the Season Pass content is already available. Matthew, who did our review for us, gave it 77%, which on our review scale is good, is going to tell us about all of the separate packs, because you can indeed buy them separately. Now, first up was the Fledgling Warriors pack, which is a bundle of maps and a dungeon designed to aid novice warriors in the opening stages of the adventure.
It basically does what it says. If you've played the game, completed it,
yeah,
it's too little too late. If you haven't played the game and you're going through it and you want to level your characters up a bit more, because there is certain parts of the game which are a bit difficult, but there's no way you can grind.
I remember you specifically raised that in the review. You said that when I asked you whether it's grindy, you said, well, actually, it can use an area that it could be more grindy, so you can build up.
It needs somewhere where you can grind, which this gives to it. So in that, it's good. Is it too little too late? In my opinion, yes. It probably should have been in the main game, not as DLC.
Undaunted Heroes pack, which is a bundle of maps and a dungeon designed to aid seasoned champions in the latter stages of this adventure. So I guess maybe you were more into this?
Yeah, it was definitely nice as I'd completed the game. It was it wasn't a challenge at all because you'd already levelled up your characters, but it was a good grinding stage for another part of the DLC we'll see in a minute. But I would say again, like for previous one, a bit little too late sort of thing.
So a lot of this DLC may be more suitable for people who are just buying the game then?
Yeah, and even then, I think it should have been in the main game.
Right, now let's talk about the Lost Altars pack. Now, this is a set of altars that grants power beyond normal human limits to those that are worthy. Each of the maps allows a character that has reached their maximum level to move up. Now, that begs the question, are you worthy?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you have to do... By the time you complete the main game,
yeah,
none of my characters were at the level. By the time of completing all the DLC, they still weren't, so I had to go on that previous pack to grind to get it, and it was quite underwhelming. There was no point. You wouldn't really do it before completing the game unless you did a hell of a lot of grinding in one of them DLC packs.
So you had to grind to get the most out of these dungeons in this pack?
Well, no, these aren't dungeons. These are just, you go there and you level up your character to a new class.
Oh, I see. So
the character has to be at the top level, leveled up as much as they can be. You can't just level up a character with one of these altars.
Right.
So you have to grind to get your hero to be able to level it up. But then what's the point of leveling it up once you've completed the game and there's nothing else to play it?
It's reminded me a little bit of the DLC in Nier Automata, which gives you all these... there's some really nice downloadable costumes and all that, and some arena games. But when you buy the DLC, instead of just giving you the costume, you have to go into an arena. You have to be level 80 to basically fight the top-end boss in there and get at least two of the three costumes.
Things, you don't even have to fight anyone for it. You just have to have your character all the way leveled up, past all the classes and all that, which that's quite a bit of grinding, to be fair. It's just, and then once you've done it, there's no payoff because there's nothing else to do with your characters at that stage.
Okay, let's have a look at Rise of the Deliverance. Now, this is a prequel pack of 4 maps tracing the war waged by the Deliverance. It occurs shortly before the start of Arm's Tale. So that sounds quite interesting. Story content that takes place before the adventure.
I was expecting more of this in the DLC. This was by far the best part of the season pass.
Is it because of the story content?
Because of the story content, yeah. And I would have liked to see more of this. I didn't think 4 maps was enough. I enjoyed every map. It was good prequel stuff. So I would have liked more of this in the DLC, to be honest. This was by far the best part of it. Okay,
now all of the packs I've mentioned so far are available to buy separately. This one particularly is $13, and each of the maps themselves, there's 4 maps in this pack, and those are $4 per map. In terms of pricing for that particular pack, would that be worth the $13?
I would say at a push, yes. I would like it a little bit cheaper, but I think overall, I would say yes.
That one's the best value for money.
Easily, yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at the Cypher...
So also, it's the only one that doesn't feel like it was cut from the main game.
Let's have a look at the Cypher Companions pack. Each pack in this 2-pack set introduces 2 exclusive characters from the Japanese Fire Emblem Cypher trading card game. Characters will be usable in the main game and will be fully voiced, so this includes Cypher Legends 1 and 2. What's this all about then?
Well, you get a few new characters. I mean, I would say nothing special. If you're into the Cypher Legends, in Japan and all that, the card game and all that, you might be quite interested in it, but for me, I didn't even heard of Cypher's Legends beforehand. So,
and was it too little, too late again because you'd completed the game?
It was. I would have liked to see maybe a post-game story DLC or like a new area to explore, just something story focused in it or something more to play, not just.
So more like the Rise of the Deliverance pack and less like all of the rest of it, really.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about the first 2 packs again. Is that the maps were more variant, because that's another thing I had a problem with the main game. Every mission was the same. You just had to defeat all the enemies. With these, it was like some evacuate some people, survive as long as you can, I just don't see why that wasn't in the main game. A bit more varied, battle types instead of just defeat enemies in every map.
Now, much has been said and written about the price of the Season Pass. $45, that is steep. I mean, I don't recall seeing many Season Passes that were, if any actually, that were as expensive as that. I'm going to assume because I mean, of the 5 packs, you've only liked 2 of them. So I'm going to assume that you're not recommending people buy the full Season Pack for $45.
Not really, because that's the same as the main game, and there's so much less content there. It's unbelievable, and it's content isn't much use if you've completed the game. You want stuff to play because you love the game so much and you want more of it. Not something which you feel, I could have done with this 10 hours when I was playing it. Okay,
so our advice is simple. We don't recommend spending $45 on the full Season Pass. If you've just bought the game, the Fledgling Warriors pack might be a nice grinding aid for $8, but we do definitely recommend the Rise of the Deliverance pack if you've enjoyed the game and you want a little bit more bit of prequel context. $13, which is slightly higher than we'd like, but
it's the nearest, I'd say.
Yeah, so that's the one to go for. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Do please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks ever so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.